Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of the United States Kennedy half dollar, focusing on the top 5 most valuable rare coins that have captured the attention of collectors around the world. The Kennedy half dollar is more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of history, artistry, and investment potential. In this video, we'll explore coins with different mint marks and conditions, highlighting their unique features, rarity, and auction market value in dollars. Whether you are an experienced collector or just beginning your journey, this guide will give you insight into what makes these coins so highly sought after. So let's get started. First up, the United States Kennedy half dollar dated 1984 with the D mint mark, examined specifically in fine condition. At first glance, this coin may appear to be a common circulation issue, but within the world of numismatics, even modern-era coins can hold surprising interest and value. The 1984 D Kennedy half dollar represents an important chapter in American coinage, and for collectors who understand condition, minting history, and market demand, this coin can be far more significant than its face value suggests. The Kennedy half dollar series was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his assassination. By 1984, the series had been in circulation for 2 decades, and the coins were being produced primarily for commerce rather than for collectors. The Denver Mint, indicated by the D Mint mark, struck millions of half dollars that year during a period when public use of half dollars was already declining. This decline in circulation meant many coins were stored, mishandled, or overlooked, making well-preserved examples increasingly important today. The 1984 D issue reflects the economic and minting conditions of the early 1980s, when the half dollar was slowly disappearing from everyday transactions. The 1984 D Kennedy half dollar features the familiar left-facing portrait of John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, with the word "Liberty" encircling the top and the national motto, "In God We Trust," clearly visible. The date, 1984, appears below the portrait, while the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, showcases the presidential seal with a heraldic eagle holding arrows and an olive branch. In fine condition, the major design elements remain sharp, with visible hair detail, readable inscriptions, and clear feather outlines on the eagle, even though light wear is present. This balance between circulation wear and design clarity gives fine condition coins a distinct visual character appreciated by many collectors. The 1984 D Kennedy half dollar was high. True rarity comes into play when condition, originality, and eye appeal are considered. Coins that survived circulation without heavy damage, deep scratches, or cleaning are increasingly difficult to find. Collectors are particularly interested in fine condition examples that show honest wear but retain strong details, as these coins represent authentic circulation history. Additionally, interest in Kennedy half dollars continues to grow among both beginner and advanced collectors, driving demand for Denver minted issues from the 1980s, especially those with attractive surfaces and balanced wear. The value of a 1984 D Kennedy half dollar in fine condition typically ranges above face value, often selling for $205,000 depending on overall appearance and demand at the time of sale. Coins with appealing toning, clean fields, and no major defects can command higher prices in online auctions and coin shows. While it may not reach the extreme prices of rare silver-era Kennedy halves, the steady appreciation and collector interest make the 1984 D issue a worthwhile coin to watch, especially as complete date and mint collections become more popular. For collectors interested in the 1984 D Kennedy half dollar, it is important to focus on originality and condition. Avoid coins that show signs of harsh cleaning, artificial shine, or heavy damage, as these factors can significantly reduce value. Storing the coin in a protective holder and keeping it away from moisture and direct handling will help preserve its condition. Studying auction results and comparing similar fine condition examples can also help collectors understand fair market value and recognize strong buying opportunities. The United States Kennedy half $1,984 D mint mark in fine condition is a coin that blends history, design, and collector appeal into a single piece of American numismatic heritage. Though often overlooked, it carries meaningful value beyond its face denomination, especially for those who appreciate circulated coins with character and story. As interest in modern Kennedy half dollars continues to rise, this coin stands as a solid example of how even everyday circulation issues can become desirable and valuable in the collector market over time. Next up, the United States Kennedy half dollar dated 1992 with the Philadelphia P mint mark, found in circulated condition. At first glance, this coin may appear ordinary, but within the world of numismatics, even modern-era Kennedy half-dollars can hold surprising stories, hidden value, and strong collector interest. As demand for Kennedy half-dollars continues to grow, the 1992 P issue has gained attention, especially when certain conditions, strike qualities, or rare errors are present. This video explores why this coin still matters in today's auction market, and what collectors should know before buying or selling. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his assassination, and it quickly became one of the most beloved coins in U.S. history. By 1992, the coin had transitioned fully into a copper-nickel-clad composition for circulation, with the Philadelphia Mint producing millions of examples. Although the 1992 P Kennedy half-dollar was not released as a special commemorative, it represents a mature stage of the series when fewer half-dollars were actively used in everyday transactions. As a result, many coins were stored away, while circulated examples tell a story of real-world use during a time when half-dollars were slowly disappearing from commerce. The obverse of the 1992 P Kennedy half-dollar features Gilroy Roberts' iconic left-facing portrait of President Kennedy, with strong facial details that remain impressive even on circulated examples. The inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," frame the design, while the date 1992 sits prominently below. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's presidential seal displays the eagle with a shield, olive branch, and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. The Philadelphia Mint mark, P, confirms its origin and helps collectors distinguish it from Denver or San Francisco issues. Even in circulated condition, coins with sharp lettering, balanced wear, and clean surfaces stand out to collectors. While the 1992 P Kennedy half-dollar is not rare by mintage numbers alone, its collectible rarity comes from specific factors such as condition scarcity, strike quality, and minting errors. Well-preserved circulated coins with minimal wear are becoming harder to find as time passes. In addition, collectors actively search for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and other mint errors from this year. Kennedy half-dollars enjoy constant demand because they appeal to both modern collectors and those who admire American presidential history, keeping interest strong in the market. In typical circulated condition, a standard 1992 P Kennedy half-dollar usually sells close to face value, often ranging from $205,000 depending on eye appeal. However, coins with exceptionally sharp details or attractive toning can bring higher prices. At auction, certified mint state examples can reach $306,000 depending on grade. Error coins from this issue are where values rise dramatically, with some documented auction results reaching several $100s or more. These standout examples are what drive the big value reputation among collectors. Collectors should examine 1992 P Kennedy half-dollars carefully under good lighting and magnification, paying close attention to lettering, the date, and the rim for signs of errors. Coins with even wear, strong strikes, and no damage are always more desirable. Storing the coin in protective holders helps preserve its condition and future value. Following recent auction results and grading trends can also help collectors understand when the market is favorable for buying or selling. The United States Kennedy half-dollar 1992 P mint mark in circulated condition proves that modern coins can still carry historical importance and collectible potential. While most examples remain affordable, select coins with superior quality or rare mint errors continue to command impressive prices at auction. For collectors who enjoy searching for hidden value and preserving pieces of American history, this Kennedy half-dollar remains a fascinating and rewarding coin to own. Next up, the United States Kennedy half-dollar dated 1978 with no mint mark, found in good condition. At first glance, this coin may appear ordinary, but hidden within its history, condition, and collector interest is a story that continues to excite numismatists around the world. As we explore its background, unique features, and growing demand in the auction market, you'll discover why the 1978 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark remains an intriguing and potentially valuable coin for collectors. The Kennedy half-dollar series was introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy followed his assassination in 1963. By 1978, the coin had already become a symbol of American history and national remembrance. The 1978 half-dollar without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use mint marks on coins for circulation during that era. Although the coin was minted in large numbers, Many examples did not survive in well-preserved condition due to heavy circulation and limited public interest in half dollars at the time, making quality examples more desirable today. The obverse of the 1978 Kennedy half dollar features a left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, with the word "Liberty" boldly inscribed along the top edge. The date, 1978, appears below Kennedy's profile, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," is placed neatly across the field. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, displays the presidential seal with a powerful eagle holding arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, giving it a durable yet visually appealing silver-like appearance that remains attractive even in good circulated condition. While the 1978 Kennedy half dollar without a mint mark is not considered rare in terms of original mintage, its rarity increases significantly when found in good, well-preserved condition with strong details and minimal wear. Many coins from this year were heavily circulated, damaged, or melted down over time. As a result, collectors now actively seek cleaner examples to complete date and mint sets. The rising interest in modern-era U.S. coins has also increased demand, especially among new collectors who appreciate both historical significance and affordability with growth potential. In today's auction and collector markets, a 1978 Kennedy half dollar without a mint mark in good condition generally carries a value slightly above its face value. However, well-preserved examples with sharp details, minimal scratches, and attractive surfaces can sell for $407,000 to significantly higher amounts for coins that show exceptional eye appeal or are part of graded collections. Market values continue to fluctuate based on demand, condition, and overall collector interest. For collectors interested in the 1978 Kennedy half dollar, it is important to carefully examine the coin's surfaces, edges, and overall strike quality. Look for coins with clear lettering, strong details in Kennedy's hair, and minimal marks on the eagle's wings. Storing the coin properly in a protective holder or coin flip can help preserve its condition and long-term value. Staying informed about auction trends and recent sales will also help collectors make smart buying and selling decisions. The United States Kennedy half dollar from 1978 without a mint mark is a compelling example of how modern coins can still hold historical charm and collectible value. Though often overlooked, this coin represents an important chapter in U.S. numismatic history and continues to attract attention in the collector and auction markets. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just beginning your coin collecting journey, the 1978 Kennedy half dollar is a piece worth appreciating, preserving, and watching as its demand continues to grow. Next up, the United States Kennedy half dollar dated 1985 with the P mint mark, a coin that many people have seen, spent, or even ignored, yet one that holds an interesting story in the world of American numismatics. Even in worn condition, this coin attracts attention from collectors because of its historical importance, potential hidden varieties, and the surprising auction prices that certain examples have achieved. By the end of this video, you will understand why the 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar deserves a second look before it is dismissed as just loose change. The Kennedy half dollar series was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy followed his assassination, and it quickly became one of the most emotional and collected coins in U.S. history. By 1985, the half dollar had already transitioned from silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition, reflecting changes in metal prices and circulation needs. The Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P mint mark on this coin, produced millions of half dollars that year, mainly for circulation rather than collectors. Despite this large mintage, the 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar represents a period when half dollars were no longer commonly used in everyday transactions, which adds to its historical significance. The obverse of the 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar features a left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, with the word "Liberty" boldly surrounding the rim and the date clearly visible below the bust. On worn examples, these details may appear soft or faded, yet the strong profile of Kennedy is often still recognizable. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, displays the presidential seal with an eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. The P mint mark is located on the obverse, and even in worn condition, its presence confirms the coin's origin at the Philadelphia Mint. The copper-nickel-clad edge, visible on worn coins, also helps distinguish it from earlier silver issues. The standard 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar is not rare in general terms. Collector demand increases sharply when specific factors come into play. Coins showing unusual mint errors, die varieties, off-center strikes, or double details are far scarcer and highly sought after. Additionally, many half-dollars from this era were heavily circulated, so examples that retain strong details, even when classified as worn, can still attract collector interest. The Kennedy series remains one of the most popular modern U.S. coin collections, and that consistent demand keeps attention focused on dates like 1985, especially when a coin has something unique to offer. In typical worn condition, a common 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar usually trades close to its face value, often ranging from $1 to $3 depending on eye appeal. However, the story changes dramatically at auctions when a coin displays a rare error, unusual strike, or exceptional characteristics. Certain error examples have sold for $508, proving that hidden value can exist where least expected. Auction records show that collectors are willing to pay strong prices for certified and authenticated pieces that stand out from the ordinary. Collectors should examine every 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar carefully, even those in worn condition, looking closely for mint errors, doubled lettering, unusual thickness, or off-metal strikes. Using a magnifying glass and comparing the coin with known standard examples can reveal important differences. It is also wise to store coins properly to prevent further wear and damage, as condition still plays a major role in value. For coins that appear unusual or promising, professional grading and authentication can significantly increase market confidence and auction potential. The United States Kennedy half $1,985 P mint mark may seem ordinary at first glance, especially in worn condition, but its story is far more interesting beneath the surface. Rooted in American history, backed by strong collector demand, and capable of achieving impressive auction prices when rare features are present, this coin proves that even modern issues can hold exciting value. Before you overlook or spend one, take a closer look, because your worn 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar might be a small piece of history with a surprisingly big market appeal. Next up, the United States Kennedy half-dollar dated 1995 with the D mint mark. At first glance, this coin may seem like an ordinary circulation issue, but when examined across different conditions and striking qualities, it reveals a surprising story of rarity, collector interest, and strong auction market values. From heavily circulated examples to pristine mint state and special strike varieties, the 1995 D Kennedy half-dollar continues to capture attention among collectors worldwide. The Kennedy half-dollar series was introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his assassination in 1963. By 1995, the coin had already become a long-standing symbol of American history and remembrance. The 1995 D mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most important U.S. mint facilities known for large production volumes and consistent quality. During the mid-1990s, half-dollars were no longer widely used in everyday commerce, which led to many coins being saved rather than spent, yet truly high-grade examples still remain difficult to find. The obverse of the 1995 D Kennedy half-dollar features the iconic left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. The inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," surround the portrait, with the date 1995 placed prominently below. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, displays the presidential coat of arms, complete with a heraldic eagle holding an olive branch and arrows. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, giving it a bright silvery appearance when well preserved. What makes this coin especially appealing is the sharpness of details seen in higher-grade pieces, including strong hairlines, crisp lettering, and full luster. While millions of 1995 D Kennedy half-dollars were minted, true rarity emerges when condition and strike quality are considered. Coins found in worn or circulated condition are common, but examples in uncirculated, brilliant mint state, or near-perfect grades are significantly scarcer. Collectors also seek coins with strong strikes, clean surfaces, and no bag marks, which are difficult to locate due to storage and handling over time. As a result, demand remains high among collectors aiming to complete date and mint sets or invest in top-grade modern U.S. coins. The value of the 1995 D Kennedy half-dollar varies greatly depending on condition. Circulated coins typically trade for modest premiums above face value. However, uncirculated examples with original luster can sell for several dollars each. High-grade mint state coins, especially those certified by professional grading services, often achieve much higher prices at auction. Exceptional specimens with near-perfect grades have been known to reach impressive auction values, sometimes climbing into the $609,000, driven by collector competition and limited supply. Collectors interested in the 1995 D. Kennedy half-dollar should carefully examine coins for surface quality, strike sharpness, and overall eye appeal. Storing coins in protective holders can help preserve their condition and long-term value. Certification from reputable grading services can also significantly enhance market confidence and auction potential. Paying attention to auction results and market trends is essential, as demand for high-grade modern coins continues to grow steadily. In conclusion, the United States Kennedy half $1,995 D mint mark is far more than just a modern circulation coin. Across different conditions, it tells a story of history, craftsmanship, and evolving collector demand. While circulated pieces remain common, high-grade and well-preserved examples stand out as truly desirable and valuable. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner exploring modern U.S. coins, the 1995 D. Kennedy half-dollar deserves a closer look as a potential hidden gem in today's auction market. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more rare and valuable coin discoveries.